Welcome to World of Fusion. In this video, we'll see what's due in September 2024 product update. So without further ado, let's get started. Coming to usability, you have Active Document tab. On the top left corner, you can see the file name. In the brackets, team name. So whatever the team that the design belongs to will be shown. In this case, default. So if the file is from other teams, that name will be shown. Isn't that cool? Moving on, you can create an offset for an offset. Now you have a profile. When you create an offset, you'll be able to do that. Now again, if you click on offset, you can create one more offset for an existing offset. And not only that, you have few more options in the offset. Two sides flip. You can flip the direction or you can select the two sides. If in case sometimes the offset fails, you can check this option to match the topology. Isn't that cool? Moving on, now you can export and import parameters. In the modify, change parameters. Now whatever the parameters that you have, you can export them and import them. If you export them, here you can see name and file type, the location, say save. Okay, now if you open any new design, you can import those using this option. Select the file and all the parameters that are there inside that will be shown. If you say import, those parameters are imported and you can use them right away. And not only that, here you can change the parameter name on the fly, and whatever the name that you give will be added to the parameters. Coming to assemblies, now you can configure joints, joint location, flip aspects to control, component location across configurations. So currently, if I open my configuration, now I have already configured rigid snap one. So now if you see, I can change the knob for location to different points. So that is possible with the help of configurations. Now at any point in time, if you want to change the knob location, you just select the new snap, add snap, then wherever you want, just place the snap. And if you say OK, snap will be added. So it will be very cool to show your clients these kind of things instantly, like where he likes the knob. Isn't that cool? And to configure that, you have to go to the joint, configure. Now these are the things that you can configure. Not only the snap, you can configure angle, offsets, everything. You can configure non-parametric threads such as fully modeled or modeled. So let's say in this case, we got a thread. If you right click, configure, now you have fully modeled. Here we got thread, and if you click on modeled, so that will be added over here. And if you say OK, now whenever you click on this, you can switch between modeled and visual. Moving on, in the form bodies, you got Bevel. So Bevel is already there. So what's new in it? Let's see. Bevel edge, and here if you select the edges, now you have width and crop, just like Blender. So here you got two controls. If you increase the segments, you can visually see the crown line. And this is your crown. So just like curvature, you can modify the crown. Moving on, in the utilities, If you click on 3D print, previously you used to get STL file like mixed resolution on all these things. Now you have types to export. So whether you are going to manufacture it or you're going to send it to printability. So printability is the default one that we used to use directly. If you export directly, it exports as a STL file without much settings. Moving to simulation, here in the loads you have linear global load, angular global load. So if you click on linear global load, you can select the phase and you can define the acceleration, let's say 10 meters per second square. And if you want in particular direction, you can choose vectors, saying OK. Now I have this load in configuration 1 and state 1. If I want this load to be moved to configuration 2, I can do that by using copy steady. Select copy steady and select the steady and configuration that you want to move to, and if you say OK, now that load went over here. So here you can see simulation model 2 it has created, and here you got the load. The same will be applicable for generative design too. In the design conditions you have angular global load, linear global load, and also you can do the copy steady just like we did for the simulation. And in the simulation for shape optimization, now you have shape optimization criteria set to auto. So whatever the minimum mass possible, it will reduce that. So or if you want particular mass target, you can choose that too. Coming to drawing, if you create automatic drawing, so here for the dimensions you can change the type of dimensions. So if you go to drawing document settings, here in the defaults currently the set type is assembly. So you can choose animation, component, sheet metal. So based on the option that you select, few more options will be enabled, and you can check these options to change the document type to that particular manufacturing method. Amazing again. And now one last thing, when you click on this file name, you have new option called show in location. So what it does is it will take you to the data panel location where the file is in. That is applicable for all your documents that you open. Wonderful, isn't it? So that is all for today, and there are more updates. You can check the link in description for a detailed document. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give a thumbs up and do subscribe to get notifications each time when we upload new video.